close off the angles.
He's coming around the wicket, and it's going to be interesting if he manages to just try and target that ball across the right hand, keep it away from the bat, and that would be something.
That's a good delivery. At the moment, he's managing to generate some bit of deviation from the deck. Wonder if there's some purchase available for the slower bowlers.
So going to be 10 from Sharan's first over. Kuwait are doing this in some style. And they'll certainly be somewhat mindful of net run rate as well. 5 have been bowled at 65 for 1.
Just a heads up, if you want to keep abreast with all that exciting cricketing action happening all around Asia, Unlock Cricket is what you need to do, and download the ACC app now. It's on multiple platforms. You've got it on iOS, you've got it on Android. You can also log into www.asiancricket.org and get a little bit of big screen action as well. Get all your facts, figures about the happenings of the tournaments all across Asia.
Started nicely, isn't he? But there's a nice shape to his bowling. Right arm away swing. Come via Pakistan to live, qualify like many of these players via residency for Cambodia. 4 locals in the 14-man squad as well. Looking forward to seeing the likes of Phan Bin Then and Tay Sen Long. That's a nice pickup shot. It's going to go all the way. Just comes across. And he's going to get maximum reward. 6 more.
Yeah, once again, I think this is a shot that Ravija practices way too often in the nets, and as well as he backs himself to get maximums of this particular shot. Have a look at that. Way too short, and he manages to get in position, get into that comfort zone of his, and hits that big shot over the fence. So 6 runs here for Ravija. Also looking to get into the act. 23 runs of 17 deliveries right now, his effort and contribution to the score.
Oh, beauty. It's going to read 4 in the scorebook, but he's done them all ends up here. No slip in place. Probably would have been a second slip area it went through. Beautifully bowled, but the runs keep flowing for Kuwait.
Yeah, good bowling from Lukman. He's been probably the pick of the bowlers as far as what we've seen until now of Cambodia. Just beaten all ends up, takes the outside edge. However, no fielder to protect, no fielder to stop those runs. 10 runs already of this over, so keeping that run rate nice and healthy. They'll want to make this a quick one. Kuwait.
Really good lengths from Lukman Butt, and the fielding's been on the whole okay. I know they're going around the park, but certainly something they pride themselves on. Not going to get any easier for Cambodia throughout this tournament, but certainly plenty of highlights in that first innings to remember already. Problem is just not enough runs on the board and a very good batting surface.
You're looking for Anish Prasad, aren't you? That very first over, there was a big skyer, and Anish Prasad just not putting in his 100%. It's lush green lawns out here at the Oman Cricket Academy. You'd always want to throw yourself around the park. Go for those risky dives as well.
Nearly gets him to chop on. Shape back into the left-hander, causing problems. Really, really nice action. Good shape and no shortage of skill from Cambodia's skipper.
Yeah, certainly the pick of the bowlers for me as far as Cambodia is concerned. He's bowling the right lengths, he's bowling the right areas, not too shy of pitching the ball up, but then once again, just like the opening bowler Godara, he too has a little bit of zing onto that surface.
Another inside edge. Oh well, but could have had 2 or 3 in this over. Been really impressive. That will end the power play. It's been all Kuwait. They are well past the halfway stage of this chase in terms of runs required. They should do it in a canter. 6 bowled, 77 for 1.
बीमारी बड़े बड़े नहीं रहता है 8-10 बीमारी है नंबर
Okay, here we go. Out of the power play, 65 more required. And for Kuwait, they're doing it handily. Welcome back, Michael Swami, to join me to take on a quickly run second. Plenty of moments to cheer for Cambodia, but Kuwait are really putting them to the sword now in a very good batting pitch.
Oh yes, and you sense that the net run rate is playing at the back of their mind after what happened yesterday with UAE. They just want to get here quickly so that when it boils down to the net run rate, they'll have those numbers in their favour. Ravija, as always, likes to take the attack to the opposition and looks a superior batting side of the stage. Another quick single. They've done it in quick time. 80 runs in almost 7 overs, or should I say 6. They require 62 in 82 with 9 wickets in hand. It's been a very dominant batting effort. Fearless approach. Meet another very fine, elegant left-handed batter. And the decimator, Ravija Sanduravan. He enjoys in the power play. Goes for the reverse. Does not beat the fielder at backward point.
You get a sense that for Kuwait, they've identified, well, it's not just 2 points we need, is it? We need to consider net run rate. If you see what UAE are doing across in the second ground, I saw you out there, Mikhail. Appeal, but no interest from Esravi. In some ways, they might quite like UAE to win out. Take one of the 2 qualification spots. If they win all 4, that opens up a few avenues for either Kuwait or Bahrain, or indeed the host Oman, who'll be the favoured.
Oh,
Look at that. He's got stuck underneath that one, goes down on his knee and hits it over long gone as well. Ravija Sanduravan can do this all day once he's in his zone.
And the problem is, if that's the case, if UAE do win out and win 4 from 4, that's going to mean that the games against Cambodia, they could turn a little bit into the whipping boys of the group, because it won't be just wins that the opposition are looking for against them, but it will be big, massive net run rate boosting wins. And that's the way that Kuwait have approached this chase. Credit to them. Really good, aggressive batting.
Nicely bowled. Good over this for Kuwait. They get 9 runs out of it. 7 gone. It's 86 for 1.
It's the state of play at the moment, Mikhail. Certainly Kuwait are going to get this done, you'd imagine, in pretty quick time. You and I have been quietly impressed by Cambodia, though. They've shown plenty, haven't they?
Oh yeah, the elevation is something that they really embraced and they want to make it count. Top 6 batters got into double figures. That's a very encouraging sign. Yes, they could not go beyond 20s and 30s. That's something they'll want to correct. But for match number 1, should I say, they've still put up a very spirited batting effort, shown a lot of conviction in their stroke making. All of this really highlights that they're ready to put in the hard yards and compete at this level, Andrew.
I think one of the big things at this level is sides have to come up through the rankings. I've seen it in Africa qualifiers and America qualifiers. Most of the developing nations, the weaker suit they'll have is their batting, and that's understandable.
Poor bowling down the leg side, fine up in the circle. He's just about jogging to get there, and they'll get 2 runs as well. Very good running by Meet Bowser. That was Selwyn Stanley, the new bowler who's been drafted into the bowling attack now.
Yeah, just a little surprise for me, we haven't seen the left arm spinner yet. We saw him bowl in the warm-up. He looked the most accurate, the most consistent of their bowlers. That's Ukhtar. I thought that he would have come into the attack maybe for the 7th over.
Taken on the full, and that'll just about keep the fielder busy at 3rd. Does well enough to just bring it back. 2 more runs.
Yeah, that's Van Buntien, one of the local players. Great to see them come through the system. I've been to Cambodia, been there a couple of times. My brother used to live there actually. In Phnom Penh, lived there for 5 or 6 years. Beautiful city.
Andrew, which part of the world you've not been to? I need to know that.
We'll have a boundary check. He's well inside the rope here. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But one thing that struck me in a big way in Cambodia, obviously a a tragic history and then a country that's rebuilt in a big way. Some of the kindest people you'll meet. Really, the land of smiles, a little bit like Thailand, one of the neighbouring countries. Everywhere you go, you get a great welcome. Excellent food, beautiful beaches as you get down towards Sihanoukville as well. The capital city is busy, I'll tell you that much. Phnom Penh, you get motorbikes and energy, and there's great nightlife too. It's a really big, bustling city.
Quite a traveller there. Andrew Leonard giving us a peek into how Cambodian life is. And in all of it, there are some fine cricketers as well, dishing out very competitive cricket.
Hello, gamer. Hello.
Much better delivery here by Salvin Stanley. He needs to come back. He's conceded a wide, a couple of runs.
And then for those into their tourism, you get up towards Angkor Wat, not that far from Siem Reap. Absolutely monstrous temple complex, one of the largest, in fact I think it is the largest temple structure anywhere in the world.
Ready for a question, Andrew?
Yeah, go on, tell me.
Pick a destination between the three: Cambodia, Pokhara and Nepal, or Ireland.
Well, I haven't been to Pokhara yet, would you believe?
Is it? Okay.
So I can't answer it.
Taken on the full. I'm not quite sure he's middled it well, but it falls into open space and they'll get a couple of more runs here.
Yeah, certainly. I've heard lots of it. It's an absolutely beautiful, stunning place to visit. But Angkor Wat I got up to, incredible. Where I was recently, though, another one of those temple structures, temple is Bhairawa, in fact, Lumbini province, birthplace of Gautam Buddha. That's also in Nepal. Beautiful.
Yes, I did have the fortune to commentate for the World Cup qualifiers Asia region. I was at Mulpani, Lumbini.
Yeah, no, the Mulpani cricket ground, yes, that's the other side of
त्यसलाई
Cambodia.
यस्तो हो टार्गेट हाम्रो अन्तिर भेट्ने टार्गेट छ हैन हाम्रो पहिले पढाइ कमजोर भयो त्यसमा चाहिँ के चाहिँ क्लियर गरिस् भन्दा त्यो चाहिँ क्लियर गरे भन्ने हुन्छ नि त यदि पारौँ होला त्यहाँबाट फेरि चाहिँ एउटा जागिर पाइन्छ फेरि गर्छ
Gonna get 4 elegant stroke from the left-hander.
ठीक
Meet Bowser, that's what he brings to the table. A lot of class in his carnage. Very good looking batter, one season full flow. Boundaries coming at ease here for Kuwait. They are making little work of this target. Look at that for a drive. Exquisite. Wow. This has been a good over for Kuwait. 8 gone. It's 97 for 1.
Nice bhai. Nice going brother. Nice going. नेपालको गेम पनि छ है आज बेलुका नेपाल भर्सेस कतारको गेम छ म चाहिँ फुल लाइभ गर्छु त्यो बेला सबैजनाले साथ र सपोर्ट गर्नु होला ए दाइ टु सर लाइभ इस ल बेलुका यसो गेम हेर्नु लाइभ पनि हुन्छ होला नि ल
Meet Bowser batting on 26, Ravija 34. Oh, that would have been a one-handed stunner. The bowler just about hits the turf in anger. Vimukti there, that was firmly struck by Ravija, that was travelling as well.
What a great effort. Really was his first delivery. He so nearly found the second wicket. This is smash back at him. It's the leg spinner, known as Monty within the team. Look, he thuds the turf in frustration. What a magic moment that would have been.
We've seen some fine efforts. Mohammad Aslam early in the day at mid-wicket, putting a desperate dive towards his left. Was airborne, missed out, and this time it's Vimukti as well. Full marks for the commitment. Another single down to long off.
I watched all three of the spinners. Obviously, spin bowling's close to my heart. What I used to bowl in my career, similar leg spin to this bowler here, but just really surprised not to see the left arm spinner. I thought he bowled really nicely in the warm-up, looked consistent, accurate, very good action. Leg spinner too, slower through the air. As you come up the grades, you'll need to bowl a bit flatter.
यो हाम्रो ग्रुप त हैन भयो पनि यो यसो गेम मैले गेम चाहिँ देखेको
Just making intentions clear.
हाम्रो समूह त अर्कै छ
For Kuwait as well, and they have done it in quick time.
Yeah, they really have. There's been nothing but impressive ball striking and quality Ravij has actually probably been the one that's battled the most. Flying start from Anto, and then Babsar's come in and played nicely.
Runs from 69.
Drives and sweeps.
Shit.
Now with the
I
spin,
know.
might just take
They'll
on the
win
leg
this
spinner.
match.
Shot and wide. Yes, that has to be rebowled. Hunt and pairs in team meetings, they keep discussing teams. As a batting pair, as a bowling pair, need to complement each other, and that's what the top three of Kuwait have done. This time goes over the bowler's head.
Nice shot, but
Fetch another single.
good
Nice
fielding,
work
man.
done in the deep. That was Sharwan Godra at long off. Already 5 runs coming off this over. It's been a tidy one, a quiet one as far as Kuwait is concerned.
Just a bit too slow through the air. That's the problem. So when you drag it down, it's going to get pumped out of the ground. Really good strike, wasn't it? Long hop, yes. Still have to put it away.
Enough time there for Ravija Sanduravan to just about ready himself, position himself, and dispatch that over mid-wicket. Oh, half-tracker. So much time. And look at the force he's put behind it. Everything that he had. Great camera work. Back live, takes an edge this time. But he'll fetch a single. What an over this has turned out to be. 12 runs coming off it. Well, in overdrive mode is Kuwait. 9 gone, it's 109 for 1. Ravija 43 and 27, Meet 28. This has turned out to be a very fine partnership for the third wicket. And just a matter of time for Kuwait pocket those 2 points. Change of gloves. We saw Ravija doing that. Gets a little sweaty.
Yeah, really sweaty.
Very
Humid out there, Mikhail, so no surprise.
Once again, he goes aerial. And long off will only be a spectator. Watch it sail over him. Go fetch it, says Ravija. He's dealing in boundaries and sixes at the moment, and Kuwait are running away with this game.
Well, he's found the accelerator, isn't he, Mikhail? Because he was battling for the first, 12 or 15 deliveries of this knock. But this may well be the shot of the day. So difficult to hit it over long off from that position. Oh, look at that. Soars away into the sky.
Here again, flicks it, brings up his 50 as well in fine style. What a way to do it. Hit the home run, get to your 50. As Kuwait are just about running away, and in quick time. What an innings this has been. He's paced it well, compiled it well, and now he's shifted gears too.
Well, it's a 9th T20 I-50 to go alongside that 1 century. Strike rate up towards 200. Brilliant batting. Certainly there's all that experience back in Sri Lanka. Born in Colombo, 31 years of age. What a start for him to this tournament. Back-to-back maximums. The first one was probably a bit more elegant, but this one was just as effective. Still cleared the rope.
This one once again presenting the full face of the bat, and it's a similar shot. It's a repeat. Long off becomes spectator. 6 number 3 of this over, and Kuwait now need a little under 20 to win this fixture.
And it's a landmark for Sandro when he goes past 1,500 runs in the T20I game. In his 52nd appearance today, 21 yesterday. Well, he's going to triple that up, isn't he, today? Look at that, 3rd maximum.
What an innings this has been by Ravija. Just like the way he's paced it. He allowed Clinton Anto to be the aggressor in the beginning. He was happier being the accumulator. And after that, he shifted gears and become the dominant partner. 61 and 32. Wow. There again goes Ariel. Not quite sure he's middle it. Fielder coming underneath it. And that will be taken. That's a very good catch in the deep. Never easy when you have to run in and complete the yards. But what an innings by Ravija Sanduravan. An innings of very high caliber and pedigree.
Anish Prasad holds on. And another moment of joy, maybe the last moment of joy for Cambodia in this contest. 3 sixes in the innings, it's all been happening. Finally, Stanley gets his man. Good catch. Actually made it look easy, didn't he? Judged it very well, a running catch. So Kuwait's leading run scorer in the T20I game. He's gone, but he's done enough. He's gone past that landmark of 1,500 T20I runs as Kuwait are making it look easy. He falls for 61. And it's time for a drink with the score at 127 for 2.
ये चुती आउँदैन हेर्नुलाई
नेक्स्ट मैच में भी है नेक्स्ट मैच में भी कैमरामैन है इधर ही रहता है आप सिर्फ
On the bowling card, just 2 bowlers finding success. Lukman Butt, 1 for 17 in his 2, and just some time back, Sal Stanley getting the wicket of the informed Ravija Sanduravan. 16 extras for Cambodia. Kuwait cruising along, 127 for 2. Just the right time to introduce and welcome Amin Wagle in the com box. Amin, what a treat to watch Kuwait with the bat.
There's been some chase here from Kuwait at the moment. Not planning to make it anything like heavy weather here. They'll want to get to the total as soon as possible. And with all those net run rates and a little bit of rain that's probably going to be in and around Muscat and surrounding areas the next couple of days, you might always want to have a healthy run rate, get those 2 crucial points on board with that win next to your name.
Oh yes, the acceleration has come in the right game at the right time, and it has worked for Kuwait. That's very important. Intent is one, execution is another part to it. Gulam into his second over. Worked away, nicely flicked off his pads. That's Meet Bowser for you.
Yeah, well, Meet's been around in and around this Kuwait national team setup. He's coming from the ranks from the under 19, and you'll always see him performing for Kuwait more often than not. 29 of 19. He had a labourer's day on the previous match against UAE. Usman Ghani Patel is the new man in because of that wicket of Ravija, who was looking to go hammer and tongs. Was looking to finish the game in a hurry. Gulam in for his second over.
Worked away fine up in the circle. That'll be 4 more. What a way to get off the mark. Another very ordinary delivery. Just letting the batter off the hook as well. Well, they're enjoying themselves. All smiles.
Yeah, certainly you can see that from the body language of the Cambodian players out there in the middle, out there in the park. The shoulders are slouched, but then they would have to take positives from this game, try and understand where they have missed out on, what are the good things that they've practiced today in this particular game. A few strategies have to be implemented and introduced into this national team setup in their minds. Short is not able to negotiate that. Usman Ghani, and this is going to be a dot ball. Now Ghulam Murtaza had a very, very expensive first over, was wayward, went for quite a few maximums, and this is something that the Cambodian team management will have to just put their heads together and go back to the drawing board and understand what kind of bowlers to be utilized at what stages of the innings.
Oh yes, but all said and done, I mean, I'd want to believe that when the Cambodia team walks back to the dugout or to the dressing room, they'll really pride over this effort of theirs. First game after the elevation, and they've put up a decent show. Nicely played. Quick single. The batters, top six, getting into double figures, 20s and 30s. Played some very good attacking cricket as well in the beginning. Bowlers, yes, a little off colour, but they were defending a small target and they were up against a side who was looking to find the net run rate going as well. All in all, I'd still want to believe Cambodia would be happy with this effort.
I'll also look at it with the intent with the batters played today, especially for Cambodia. And now, when you look at positive intent, you would want to see the scoring rates, you would want to see the kind of shots that they've played, and nowhere in that 141 runs that they put up on board did they actually look out of sorts. Most of these runs were collected of some good-looking shots, some decent hits. Maturity as well. Shot, and of course this has been pulled. A little bit of a chase for the fielder, but no, he's not going to make it. The ball shall win the race. So a boundary for Meet Bowser, who's looking to get into the act and finish things off in style. Good looking boundary, yeah.
In complete control, got into position quickly, and importantly got on top of the ball as well. Just like the swivel through the pull, an ordinary effort in the deep. And this means that Kuwait is now one hit away from securing their first points on the board, and this will certainly boost their net run rate. They're almost doing it in 11 to 12 overs.
Yeah, early showers or early day for Kuwait as well as Cambodia. Banged it in short, but then this time he just decides to nudge it away for a single behind square. So end of the over, it's 11 gone, it's 138 for 2, Kuwait at the moment. If you're interested in cricket and if you want to follow all that exciting action that's happening all around Asia, of course, you need to unlock cricket. And for that, you need to download the ACC app right now on your iOS and Android devices. If you're one of these old school Windows users and prefer accessing information on the PC, you can always visit www.asiancricket.org, which I feel is probably a more complete experience. Get all your information in a large format, all those clickable links and all the snippets that you get, the news happening all around Asia, associate nations as well as the main playing nations, the popular ones. It's going to be Shravan Godara who's going to be entrusted with the ball and try to make a little bit of difference in this already done and dusted game. As far as Kuwait is concerned, they just require 4 runs of 54 deliveries. So it's an uphill task here. Wayward, Empire, Khalid Asa will raise his arms and it's probably going to be a wide signalled from him.
On the up, another single for Meet Bowser. This could be it. This over could well and decide the outcome of the game.
Absolutely, just 2 runs required. And once again, it's going back to the drawing board and understanding the skill sets of your players. Now, Shravan Godara started off with absolutely magnificent first 3 deliveries. He was bowling with zing, he was bowling with good pace on the ball, generating pace off the wicket as well. And then just that one wayward delivery where he conceded a wide and 4 runs. After that, it was just a uphill task. And now this is going to be a boundary played very late off his pads. And Usman Ghani Patel will score the winning runs. And what a victory this is from Kuwait. They've won this well-deserved, they've got this well-deserved victory. and clinched this match by 8 wickets.
And almost 50 plus deliveries to spare as well. This has been a commanding, convincing and a cohesive win by Kuwait. Handshakes all around. Commiserations Cambodia, but they can walk back with their head held high. They've certainly played a very fine brand of cricket. Kuwait, much needed win after what happened against UAE yesterday. And they've certainly boosted their net run rate as well. 2 points for Kuwait in this Group B fixture. And they'll be mighty pleased with this batting effort as well as the bowling effort in game number 2.
Yeah, most certainly. And the positives have got to be that form. Durwan, Bodadura, and those fancy leg side shots, those towering sixes that he's managed to hit will always be something to watch out for all throughout this tournament. And that's the batting scorecard. Ravija, Sandurwan, De Silva and Clinto Anto, they opened the innings for Kuwait, and the bulk of the scoring was of course done by Ravija, but not before Clinto Anto got off to a flying start. Look at that, 22 runs of